Well, here we are ready for the flight, the inaugural flight from London Heathrow to Perth on Qantas B787-9, the Dreamliner. Hi.
Otley, welcome on board.
Thank
When you're
you.
ready, just turn left into this
Brilliant,
cabin
thanks
here.
a lot.
Just turn left.
So back again, front cabin, go to 2E, which with a bit of luck is going to be away from the aisle, which it is. There is the seat. Well, here we are on board the inaugural flight from London Heathrow to Perth on the Qantas QF10. We're departing London Heathrow about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and 17 hours later we're going to arrive in Perth. I'm at the front of the aircraft in row 2. The seat's 2E, one of 2 middle seats, and the configuration is 1, 2, 1. Looking forward to it. Each seat is slightly different, and these front row seats are different, mostly in the fact that they've got a lot more leg room. You've got quite a big space there, and then there's a side area there. You can't use it for stowage for takeoff and landing, but it's very useful to be able to put your hand luggage there during the flight. This is for magazines. There's actually fit a lot of different magazines in there, and then to one side here you've got the seat controls, which you can see are very in-depth. Again, there's more storage there, not for takeoff and landing, but useful. The water's already there, and a reading light, and the noise cancelling headphones. And then, as you can see, I've already plugged in my phone, and there's a USB charging. And then the one next to that is for the headphones for the in-flight entertainment. The tray table comes out of this large side area. Well, once on board, you're given an amenity bag, which is this one here, which has got various hydrating products in there, including, this is by Aspar, A-S-P-A-R, Aspar Aurora Spa Rituals, Relax and Hydrate Travel Essentials they're called, and you get sweet orange and shea hand cream, ultra hydrating face moisturiser, and a sweet orange lip balm. Lovely, eh? And then you also get these, which are the pyjamas by Martin Grant for Qantas Dreamliner. I'll be modelling them later. The flight so far has been very comfortable, been in the air about half an hour. I think you can hear it is pretty quiet. Opposite the front of the aircraft, we're in front of the engines. The normal stuff about the Dreamliner applies. You know, it's got a different pressurisation from normal aircraft. So being a new generation aircraft, we're at 6,000 feet as opposed to 8,000 feet. Doesn't sound much, but apparently it does make a big difference. And certainly from the flights that I've taken before in the Dreamliner and the A350, it's been a more comfortable experience. And of course you've also got this mood lighting. At the moment we've got mainly natural light coming into the aircraft, but I think later on they play around with it to try and help with jet lag. Certainly with it being such a long flight, 17 hours, that will make a difference when we arrive in Perth at the other end. But as I say, we're only, I think, half an hour, 40 minutes into a 17-hour flight, so it's easy to talk about things. It's all about the experience. Okay, so this is what the sleep suit looks like. I don't know if you can see, it's got this sort of big flash that almost reflects. So then a few facts on the seat before I forget to mention them. It's got a 46-inch seat pitch, but perhaps most importantly, it's got an 80-inch bed seat length. So when it's fully reclined, as in fully flat, you've got a bed that's 80 inches long, which is long enough for most people. The seat width differs, but it's between 23 and 24 inches, and the bed width, as in when you're fully flat, is 24 to 25 inches. Interestingly, one of the things that this can do is you can have the seat in a reclined position from takeoff right the way through to landing. So, as you're aware, some of the seats don't allow that. You have to be fully upright for landing and takeoff, but here, apparently not. And this is what it's like when it's a bed. Right, well, it's a definite case of fast forward. It's now the next morning, had a good night's sleep. As you can see, the cabin is waking up and they're serving breakfast, which is another great meal by Neil Perry. Thanks very much. He's responsible for all the food on board with Qantas for the last 21 years. It's been a great flight. The cabin was lovely and quiet for most of the night. It took a little while to settle down. And obviously with the aircraft being as quiet as it is,
when there is some noise in the cabin, you do actually hear it. Yeah, once the lights have gone down, it's very quiet, and I got 2 lots of sleep and feel pretty good now. It's coming up to 14 hours since we left Heathrow, and we've got another 2 hours to go. If you're wondering which seat is best to choose in the cabin, I had a quick walk round before the flight, and here's what I thought.
And this is the front cabin, starting with row 1. Yeah, so you've got 1A, which is on its own here, and then you've got a row 2, which has 4 seats in it. So 1A and K I'd avoid, because I think they're too close. Having a photo taken with the captain. I'm going to manage to resist that. And then you've got the rows going back 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These window seats, personally, I would go for the ones closest to the window. So I said avoid row 1. There's row 2. You see 3. 3 is close to the window, and the advantage there is A, you're close to the window, but B, you've got this this side panel protecting you from the aisle, which gives you more privacy and more quiet when you're trying to sleep. So although you get the same amount of space in this one, which is 2A, I would go for 3A or 5A or 7A, and then on the other side it's obviously in reverse. But I mean, they're all lovely seats, but it's just minor differences. But so at the back there, what do we go back to? Row 8. I wouldn't go for 8K there, but I would go for 7K. And then of course, if you're travelling as a couple or with a colleague that you want to talk to, that middle divider comes down and you can chat together.